So the game is how to gamble using manipulation, deception, and how to score points and win the game. So you need your Sherlock Holmes to identify and detect the untruths, phony, and a deliberate manipulation by millions of people sold their conscious mind and integrity for dirty money and they became con artists. Those are, as the book says it, Cliptopia. You need to have a wide lens of good vision to detect the motive behind. That's the key in winning this battle. So you need to be alert and focus as the predator is looking for its prey. Would you like to be a prey or a predator? That is your homework, that's your responsibility. The main battlefield is the media, targeting your mind. So please remember, the media is turning into the new virtual war zone and the terrain to attack your mind and defeat you. Why investing in tanks and military weapons if you can be conquered by your predator who circulate a false information about COVID-19 recent outbreak, which you need to investigate for the credentiality because they make people panic. At the same time, they can let suffer the economy. Those people, what I have seen is always, whenever they strike, they have dual effects. They use the military strategy with a minimum of time and less effort, bigger damage. And that damage is always dual effect. I have said in back home in my country, they mobilize people to protest for 10 days to take over the gold mining place that has been as an investment operated by the business tycoon, the Saudi Ethio citizen Sheikh Mohammed Alawati, who's now stuck in Saudi Arabia. I think they banned him from travel. He has been detained a couple of months. I mean, November 2017. Yeah, a couple of months ahead of time. Once they started this conspiracy in November, it has been held and detained at the Riyadh Ritz-Carlton Hotel in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. November. They did this in May to take over the money. The gold is cash converted. Now Saudi Arabia has said for the last 3 years we have an unprecedented economy. Everything is interrelated. So that's why I say don't see it in a narrow-minded what happened in the US is just US. Go to Ethiopia, what's going on in the news? What is happening? All this, you have to follow those people. Those are the players. It was Trump, Mohammed bin Zayed and Mohammed bin Salman. Kushner is the underneath. Secretary Mike Pompeo is the lobbyist, the messenger, the VIP. That's what their job. The African Affairs Donald Yamamoto, the ambassador, is the same. The United Nations ambassador, she has a little bit effect. Ambassador Nikki Haley, same. But the bigger player, Donald Trump, Abu Dhabi, Saudi Arabia, Israel, and Russia. You have to pay attention. Every day, where are they? What are they doing? They are the key players. They are the bigger Legos who are creating all this havoc for the same benefit as a partnering, conspiring for their own benefit, money and power. This is a key for you to see. What happened in Ethiopia is not Abiy created it. He's implementing it, executing it. The operation of colonialism as per their order, because he's purchased by money. They're buying people with their money. They have a lot of lobbyists and mercenaries. This is politics. Politics is all about scams. So go out virtually. Be borderless. Watch what's happening in Azerbaijan, why the war is happening. Go to Palestine. What is the effect about this land? If you pay attention, because the root cause was the Kushner was Palestine land, illegally, of course. So in July, around the elections, they want to try to use it. Okay, we are going to annex the land in Palestine. In the European Union, they have their own, they oppose. This is illegal. As soon as, I don't know, is it July 4th, July 2nd, that was been the first week of July? Those people, they realize that's not working because legally they couldn't get the mandate to do that. It put them in the spot. They couldn't do it. That's why the second conspiracy, they partnered together. Okay, let us share Ethiopia, the resource. Let us let go of this. The Arab countries, if you have seen from Sudan, they give drinking, alcohol drinking, which they was not. If you go to Dubai, unless it's, or in the Gulf area, unless Abu Dhabi is the most strict or conservative or fanatic in the religious compares to Dubai relatively, I would say, Sharjah or Azar. So they have their own. They let go. They said, drink. Because if they want to get with the Westerns also to get this and the give and take, you have to pay attention to the give and take, what they let go. What they want to receive has to be bigger. So when that is not working, when the European resistors say no on the annex of the land in the West Bank to be given to Israel, that was 1st July week, they changed it, they came up quickly. As of July 60, what did they say? That no aggression, the Peace Act or whatever Donald Trump has been. The American people was clapping for Donald Trump. Fixing because they are the Bible Belt of Christian people. They don't know the plot. It is to their disadvantage those people they're going to come and destroy your church. That's what they did in Ethiopia. They're destroying our church, our history. I pay attention to what's happening in the US media. That's what they are doing. Pay attention what they are insisting to have Michigan. Georgia. On the right side of the Appalachian Mountain is a certain union in the US. This is a Bible Belt. In Georgia, there's a lot of military base, a lot of scientific, the scientific where American military is. Those people, they are doing, they are in action. They use everything to dismantle the power and to destroy the culture and the Christianity. Pay attention, I say they have a motive of revenge also. With the oil exploitation of France, UK, and the US. Do you think all the statues that has been fall, whether they say that the convert or the Ethiopian emperor in UK, they use people. They pay people. It could be Ethiopian, it could be whoever it is, to advance their vision. The Ethiopian palace they changed. The Emperor Haile Selassie financial commerce college they are going to demolish. When they do, they have dual effect. So when they take over the Sheikh Mohammed gold mining, they also try to disempower TPLF because they say there's a supply or a connection, they might be supported money-wise for their military. So they always have minimum time, less effort, bigger damage. They shoot with one stone, two birds. So pay attention to that. So You need the main battlefield is the media. So that's what it is, where it is. They don't have to have all the logistics for the military because the media is doing the job for them. It's the last strike they use the military, like what you're seeing in Tigray right now. They have taken over everything, including Ethiopian people. People don't have the right, they don't have the freedom of speech. If people say their language, yes. That's why Reuters is kicked out, because they are telling the truth. They are anti-truth. They are anti-integrity. They are anti-peace. They want destruction. That's how they achieve their goal. While people are focusing on the destruction, while people are becoming a panicking animal, they change things. Pay attention. So this is how I see it. We are in a war. So don't be, if you can be conquered by your predator who circulate false information about COVID-19, what I mean is, it can be also, you have to see it with a grain of salt. Is it really credential, that information is? I'm not saying not to care about, not to be negligent about COVID. But if you see what we don't have seen in April, bigger number, 100-something people, high officials and national security, so and so is infected. They use the doctors also. You have to be wise. Why is this person feature? He was challenging the Italian feature. Sorry, I forgot the name. You have to pay attention. Believe in yourself and try to find the first-hand information on yourself. Professional investigation might be needed, because what is the motive behind? Is it really true? The forecast that every day people are feeding through the media about the COVID, is it really true? Why a lot of people are affected now? Why not then? Why a lot of people? Really, is it only the election? So you have to dig, because those people have a subtle motive, telling lies and manipulations. That's how they divide and conquer. That's why their hidden agenda is operated. The only thing you will know is the effect after it exists tangibly, or you can see it. That would be too late. So if you take that info with that out of a professional investigation about the COVID, it might be the economical effect. People will, when they have economical problem, jobless or business loss, they will turn to the government. They will riot. You know what happened in Ethiopia when Abiy Ahmed came in February, in April? They started September 1st. U.S. Aid Director Mark Green came for 2 days visit in Ethiopia. After he left, they already installed by then the local conspiracy from the coalition group of the two parties, Oromo and Amara. They use it. They try to, they use them to get rid of TPLF. So there was a betrayal towards the TPLF, what they communicated to them and what was happening. So this can happen that. And the Democrats also have to really, really make sure in the US, if their all members are people of integrity, they use them for money who change from the inside out. That's happening. That's why I'm saying, if anybody who wants the Europe, go and pay attention what happened for the last 3 years in Ethiopia, how the pattern unfolded, what was the consequence, what was the damage, and also for the psychological, sociology, economical damage. All this hatred, toxic, it already started. Pay attention in the media during the climax of the peak time of COVID around April. Somebody was steering a problem towards historical events happening. People from Germany, doctors, were engaged in responding. Why are you raising this? Because they already are subtly putting the seed. You don't know when they are going to use it. They have time. They have blueprint. Those people are well organized. They have their paper. What they're going to do today, when and where. Wake up. So this is where we are. This is the reality of what we are. So they want to make you panic and be crippled, the economy to suffer, and a lot of things. So that's why whatever information we hear through the media these days has to be taken with a grain of salt. If you have a spiritual knowledge, you can understand the manipulation in the lie, so you will diffuse it without affecting you. If you lack that, you'll be affected. If you don't have the exposure, the international mentality, the exposure, in terms of what's going on, if you don't tune into what's happening in East Africa, if you don't tune into what's happening in Venezuela, if you don't tune into in Saudi Arabia, you'll miss out. So, because a lot of things are intertwined together because it has a correlation. The number one correlation is the presence of Donald Trump. All this is created is their clutch. They lean on to do whatever, the lawlessness, the crime. He doesn't care about human lives. So don't see it as if being an American president, like the rest of the American presidents who have been here, doesn't value. That's why he said African and Russian are a shithole. We heard also from the person who is closely working with him, he was planning to sell this country within the US territory. So if he is thinking, he can do it now. The thinking is that comes first. So pay attention. Inside of a Dungeons and Dragons psychological makeup of a character, or D&D characters, they call it traits, we see there's, again, let me try to picturize for you like a table. There's a lawful, a neutral, and chaotic in one side, and there's a good, neutral, and evil. Understand person's traits in order to start the connection process. Never try to take someone from lawful to chaotic. Back home in my country, this innate, the value, the core value that the care people comes from the Judo-Christian belief, and because we have that caring for people's life. So there's a lawlessness respecting when we see the bigger picture, the majority of the people, they hold into unspokenly, but that's how we live out. That lawful is they trying to chaotic. Now back home you see people are killed. Pregnant woman is killed. People are hanged. That is why our spiritual, the Orthodox priest recently at the mosque holiday, he's in his desperation said, this is not our way. This is not Ethiopian way. And protect our priests, the globally. Protect our patriarch, our priestess, especially the Orthodox Church. I'm not saying they are the only one. A lot of evangelical people are killed also. The church is burned. It's because the media is not paying attention. The only people that are using and victimizing, of course, is there also is the prosperity gospel, the false teaching. They are using them. They are using the Amhara people to eliminate the Tigray. They are using the prosperity gospel denominations to eliminate the Orthodox Church. So they are eliminating by your own people. They use you, victimize you, abuse you. Don't give them that power. there is a spiritual aspect. They are destroying the church. So if any global Christian people doesn't support the church in Ethiopia, the Orthodox Church, that's the Church of Christ, that the message of love, the message of peace, the message of the lawful, not the chaotic, not the one who kill people, who doesn't value life. It's a message of compassion and strength, and inclusiveness, and relationship. What they are doing, there is that spiritual warfare, which on another topic we will see it. But that's why I'm putting it this maybe in a very, to try to break it, to understand the mentality, what we are dealing with, whom we are dealing, why the problem cannot be solved, why Abiy Ahmed is not agreeing with the AU or European Union to stop the Tigrayan war, because it's not internal problem. The Tigrayan are not after the power struggle. It's not about Ethiopian politics. That's why Joel Mohammed and a very a good politician in Ethiopia, Dudetu, is in prison because they have the truth. They are exercising their rights to do the politics in locally, but local politics is gone. American politics is halfway, a little bit gone, unless you wake up. The symptom, what you see, is what happened in Ethiopia. That's how they change the power. The more you wait, the more you give them time, they are ready, giving them time to do the wrongs behind the scene. You don't know whom they are already controlling with their money to do the action, the oppression. Security prison cells, they are focusing to create lawlessness, to create crime. Teach you people who are very susceptible to be used, the African American people, because of the financial aspect, because of lack of knowledge. That's what they use for the lack of knowledge, for the pride, for the hatred, the Amhara people. All I'm sharing here is we have a common problem because we have a common enemies. Both spiritually and both the same people we are dealing. Go spiritual people talk. Have first-hand information. It's not safe in Ethiopia unless, of course, you are protecting yourself, because Donald Trump is not going to be, for American going to Ethiopia will be happy, whether you are red or blue or whatever. He doesn't want the truth to be revealed. They are all over the world Ethiopians, but you have to be selective. Let alone Ethiopian people, even your own people, you have to be selective. With whom are they people nowadays? Do they have the integrity? Can you trust those people? I'm not trying to say or promote suspicious, but that's the situation we are in. Not to be trapped on the wrong venom. So this is what it is. So don't take someone from lawful to chaotic, or vice versa, because of core values that will not change. Good versus evil can change. A person who has been good, they can be evil, and vice versa. But when you enforce and teach society and show them by money to live the law, what is not, to be lawlessness and kill in as if nobody's business, you have to step in to stop that. What is governing the Bible, the truth, they are distorting it for their own advantage, advancing their mission, expanding Islam, and to be powerful, they have money there and there. The countries they control. You have to pay attention what's going on in Venezuela. When they change your government, who is doing it behind it? You have to see for American people what's going on in Mexico now, unless for those drug and other criminals to use them to money for the defeat of the United States. There are so many Spanish community. I'm not saying those people are to label them that way. That's how those people are operating. Those who remain with their integrity is the one who is trying to make a solution in Ethiopia. That's what I see. To the end, or these intellectuals, whatever it is, they are into the negative, they are also into the positive side. So those who remain with their conscience, harming other people is wrong. Those who see the situation, no, the prime minister, the leader, the illegitimate, whatever, the criminal is wrong. Those are the one who stays trying to make a solution. And globally and collectively, those are the people who can win and defeat this battle, which is a common enemy we are facing. So the war is between deception and integrity. I can sum up it that way. Between integrity and deception. So between integrity and deception can change, like the good and evil. So, but don't change the lawful to chaotic because of that value system. Yes, they destroyed Christianity, the church burning, they imprisoned and killed people. That doesn't mean they will stop Christianity. The belief is in the people. But the damage, the human people life lost, and also the structure, it will take time. Don't give them the power. So, like I say, inside of the dangers and dragons psychological makeup of a character, the attitude of the rules are applied. Whether they're like organization or not. And people has a blended of mix, like I say, Semitic culture, which helped me to understand those people, the Semitic. I'm telling you, Semitic anger is acceptable. You see that rage and aggression and vengeance. Pay attention. It's very important to know. Very important. You have to put it together with the art of war. Who is your enemy? Dealing with the normal Ethiopian people and dealing with what is they are changing maybe will be different. Because they are changing a lot of things. The value system, they are changing. That's why we see a lot of crime here and there globally. The norms they're destroying, they bring the abnormal in their own instilling. It's not something new, that's what theirs. They don't value life. That's what's happening. They don't use your mind, emotional. They are sending you all this message to stir up and to make you act and react in panic. Emotion. Use your mind. The word of God says, my people are lost because of lack of knowledge. If you have the spiritual knowledge, you will see to filter the deception, the lies, the one that is aimed to stir you up. Who is whispering in your ears? Is it the devil or is it God? Does it have the sound of the peaceful, the good? Sometimes also they have it in a peaceful way, underneath in a subtle way. The motive is what you have to focus anyways. The motive behind. Our mind is a battlefield where the war is happening. It's up to us to take or reject. If a further bullet is thrown to you and accepted through lies, imagine one soldier is defeated from your colony, from your group. Another private will be dying. So you are exposing your general because they are capturing and killing and surrendering. So everything that you need here, the materials, the water map is for your exposure. The hate you give, people are using steering. We are in a warfare. Those are the conspiracy groups that you need to focus what's going on. Those are the one who is creating all our civilians' deaths. And the dirty money is the means. Peace is in our heart. The Word of God, the gospel, the good news, as the word says, is the good news. Because it's love and peace. The US today on the election result has this issue. The printing issue says fight to finish. For the American people, the very crucial day is the inauguration day, the election. Until that day is secured, don't sleep. Make sure and to think as if the election is not won yet. Not in reality, no, not in what is happening, but practically, they are giving you that tone. What do you read? So they are doing something behind, for whatever it is. Until that's achieved, you have to fight. Peaceful fight, like Dr. King said. You have to make sure the people are with you. They are controlling people, influential people. Like I said, the entertainment industry is affected by the economy. They are susceptible as a bait to grab, to be used. And people with the character of whatever movie, if there's Batman, whoever their fan is, they will be defeated with whatever messages people are going to communicate through media. That's what they did. In Ethiopia, there are psychiatrists, they say, there are spiritual people, there are medical doctors. They are the most damaging things that happen because people look up to them, listen to them. What they were yesterday or yesteryears are not today. That's very important. If you know the Word of God, that's what it helps you. When they say the lie, okay, it's a wake-up call. This person is changing. Like I said, the good and the evil can change, and vice versa. An evil person can become a good person. But those are trying the lawful to chaotic. Abiy Ahmed turning from lawful to chaotic because they're changing that way to accomplish a mission. He is an incarnate in flesh, and I mean it. I don't know him, but for psychologists, they can go back and study what was he. Of course, I studied a little bit further. He came from a couple, his parents, an Amhara, a Christian Orthodox church, and a Muslim in the Oromia